man's heart is full of hate. He butthurts, cries, and a dark shadow falls over this troll. From the ashes of a once great fandom has risen a meme, an LOL that must be liked. We look to the airwaves for a vindicator, someone to strike fear in the dark basement of the parents who created him. The battle between fan and smart has begun. With a head on his shoulders stands the smart fan, a speaker of truth with a voice of silence and a radio show of justice. This is Ring Rust.
So, what we got here is, got two shows to paper review. Not that you gotta pay for it for me to review it, but it's a pay-per-view, and I'm reviewing it, so it's paper review. Starting things off, NXT TakeOver San Antonio from the Freeman Coliseum in San Antonio, Texas. Live on the WWE Network. Started things off a little bit sad, actually. Corey Graves saying he's, gonna be concentrating mostly on the other shows, so he's not going to be on NXT anymore, but being replaced by Nigel McGuinness. So I think that's probably a fair trade. I think we'll get over it. So anyway, there's 5 matches. I'll just take them one at a time, I suppose, and let you know how accurately or extremely inaccurately, as it turns out, I predicted both shows. So starting things off, Eric Young defeated Ty Dillinger in like just under 11 minutes. So Eric Young trying to recruit him into sanity again, and well, I guess Todd Dillinger just wasn't interested in being one of those sanity heathens. You're listening to Ring Rust REDUX on Jabronology TV. So next up for NXT TakeOver San Antonio on the WWE Network. So I should probably say, though, before I go too much further, I did actually predict that Ty Dillinger was going to win that match against Eric Young. I don't really know why. I kind of just, it was more like it was almost like more of a coin toss. Like, which of these two guys who are normally known for losing in their careers is going to lose this match? So I kind of just said, well, let's say Ty Dillinger wins this match. I guessed incorrectly, so oh well. And ironically enough, I also predicted the next match incorrectly as well. Roderick Strong defeated Andrade Cien Almas in almost 12 minutes in and of itself. I did predict that it seemed to me that Andrade was, going like they were going to try to go somewhere with him. Not that they aren't going to try to go somewhere with him, but I guess, plain old sick kick right to the face was all it took for Roderick Strong to defeat Andrade Almas to win that particular match. But looking at the results and my predictions from the past 2 weeks, because I did take over 2 weeks ago, because by the time I podcasted the episode, it would be probably a little bit too late for that show. So what I did was I previewed it a week before, and then I previewed Royal Rumble last week. What you gotta understand about me is I don't really have any ego invested in whether or not I predict any of these things correctly. I just sort of have fun with it, and if I do it properly, then hooray. If I don't, then, chances are I'm still gonna enjoy the match, so. And that Roderick Strong, he's just ready to take it to the next level, obviously. You're listening to Ring Rust REDUX on Jabronology TV. We have the NXT Tag Team Championships on the line, which saw Authors of Pain, Akam and Rezar, defeating DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, for the championships, just under 15 minutes. Kind of just they nailed poor Gargano with the last chapter, and that was pretty much it. Ironically, the last chapter was the end of the... Well, I guess that's not ironic, is it? Well, it didn't look like he was in that much pain for all that long, though, after that kick to the face, so... I mean, he wasn't really conscious or anything, but at least there wasn't a lot of pain. You were listening to Ring Rust Redux on Gerbranology TV. So the next match for NXT TakeOver San Antonio on the WWE Network saw Asuka defeating Nikki Cross, Billie Kay, and Peyton Royce in a four-way match for the NXT Women's Championship. So Kay and Royce performed a double suplex through a table near the announce table on Cross. Royce performed a gory neckbreaker on Asuka for a near fall, but then the champ performed a spin kick on Kay and a roundhouse kick on Royce to retain her title. And guess what? I predicted that one properly. What do you know? I'm 1 for 4 so far. On a 5-match card, I've predicted one match properly. It's a good thing I have no ego invested in whether or not I guess these properly.
Wow, that's a man kiss. Pakujin.
You are listening to Ring Rust Redux on Gerbranology TV. So the last match for NXT TakeOver on the WWE Network from San Antonio, Texas, saw Bobby Roode defeat Shinsuke Nakamura for the NXT Championship, who targeted Nakamura's leg throughout the match. Shinsuke performed a Kinshasa for a near fall, but a second one missed a mark, and Bobby was unable to pin him. He performed a glorious DDT on Nakamura for a near fall, and then a second DDT sealed it. Now, it's a little bit bittersweet. I did, like I said, predict that Shinsuke Nakamura was going to defend his title, because like I keep saying, generally speaking, not, of course, that there isn't, more than enough exceptions to the rule, but generally speaking, the rule is if you challenge for a title the first time, you don't win it. Generally speaking. Historically speaking, I guess I should say. And it happened 3 times. It happened in 2 of the 3 title matches of this show. So I don't know if WWE's just ignoring that now or saying, that's an outdated rule. We'll just have title changes whenever we want. Which I guess is, if that's what you want to do, I guess. Oh well. And the bittersweet part actually is that now I'm not going to be hearing my favorite thing anymore when Bobby Roode's making his ring entrance. I'm not going to hear Corey Graves saying, "Shut up, Phillips." You are listening to Ring Rust Redux on Gerbranology TV. Now time for this week's Macho Fact. Randy Savage can dribble a medicine ball. And the Macho Man goes to Guantanamo Bay for some R&R. Like me on Facebook, tinyurl.com/RayRust. Follow me on Twitter @MarkJabroni. And subscribe to Gerbranology TV, youtube.com/fanboymarkjabroni. So I got NXT TakeOver San Antonio paper reviewed. And now it's on to the Royal Rumble, the day after, also on the WWE Network, from the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas. Interesting that they're both from different... I don't know. Was it interesting? I suppose. There's 3 pre-show matches and then 5 main matches, of course, with the Royal Rumble itself being the main event. So, let's see how well I predicted what was happening. And it looks like they didn't actually add any matches, which is kind of surprising for WWE. They didn't add a single match. Didn't have to take any out either. I mean, I've seen them, like, have a tag team match and then, like, someone gets injured or something and then they have to make, like, singles matches from the 6-woman tag match. Hair goes whoosh. Becky Lynch and Married to the Business, Nikki Bella and Naomi, defeated Crazed Bliss, which is Alexa Bliss and Half Crazy, Mickie James and Natalya. Because, you know, they're half, so anyway. Naomi performed a split-legged moonsault on Bliss to win the match. So, yeah, the SmackDown Women's Champion got pinned by Naomi. So, well, I guess that will work into a future title match, I guess. Sure. You are listening to Ring Rust Redux on Jabronology TV. Tag Team Championships were on the line as well. The Raw Tag Team Championships, specifically, with 2 referees, which saw WWE Bulletproof, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson defeating International Powers, Cesaro and Sheamus, to win the titles. So, yeah, Anderson pinned Cesaro to roll up, while holding Cesaro's tights to win. So, yeah. The former bad guys got pinned by bad guy tactics, by the new bad guys. So, I suppose, whatever works. Again, like I said, usually when you challenge for a title, I think that's the first time they challenged for the title. They've been feuding with the tag champs. They've been feuding with A New Day, and then they were feuding with these guys over at least in the vicinity of the tag titles. I don't know if WWE's translating that to, instead of challenging for the title, you're actually now going to feud with the people who are holding the titles. That could work too, I guess. But still, it does seem to fly in the face of wrestling history, so I don't know. But then again, WWE's known for writing its own history, so
I'll be real still and it won't see me. Yeah, that's it.
Wait for it. Oops.
I forgot my wings!
Brunt.
You are listening to Ring Rust Redux on Jabronology TV. Nia Jax defeating Sasha Banks. Again, I predicted it the other way around. Jax performed a pop-up Samoan drop on Banks to win the match, and that kind of really sums it up, I suppose. You are listening to Ring Rust Redux on Jabronology TV. Raw Women's title match, which did see me successfully predicting something on this show. I did predict that Charlotte Flair was going to end up defending her title successfully, and she did. Because, again, you know, Bayley's challenging for the title, you know, for the first time. Logically, to me anyway, it makes sense. So, natural selection on the ring apron, and then, you know, the champ pinned the challenger. You are listening to Ring Rust Redux on Jabronology TV.
Welcome back to Professional Wrestling from Florida. Right now behind me, we do have one of the contenders for the Florida Heavyweight Champion, Buddy Longdale, along with the Reverend Billy C.
Hallelujah. Well, I'm sorry. Just a minute ago, I was trying to shut up these ignorant little brats over here. But hallelujah, friends and neighbors.
Like a redheaded stepchild.
Excuse me, Brother Dallas. We got more important things to talk about. Yes, friends, today, once again, it's time to witness Reverend Billy Wirtz's mighty flock against the usual bunch of human vegetable matter. And, you know, these little ignorant people out here, they don't like me because I always tell the truth. It's Steve Kern. You may have the Florida belt. You may have been around for a while, but you are nobody. Terminator, you little ponytail pile of pigeon puke. I dropped you and dumped you like the leaky septic tank that you are, because you are nobody. I've taken Jimmy Backlund. I took Jumbo Beretta. I took the Bounty Hunter. I took Dennis Knight and a whole bunch of others, and I made them into a somebody. Now, you know, you look next to the word somebody in the dictionary, and when it says see somebody under capital letters, proper name, it says also see under Buddy Landell. It has his picture right there. Talk to him about it, brother Buddy. Hallelujah.
Let me tell you something. You guys quit double talking out here. I hear you out here blowing smoke up my can, telling everybody what a good wrestler.
So, next two matches saw Kevin Owens actually successfully defending his Raw Universal Championship against Roman Reigns with Chris Jericho, United States Champion, in a cage above the match. And I just naturally assumed, nothing wrong with it really, but you know, I predicted Roman Reigns was going to win this title, and I predicted the other two title matches coming up after this to be different as well. So, yeah. So at some point, Braun Strowman came down to the ring to interfere, attacking Roman Reigns with a choke slam onto an announce table and a running power slam through a table. And then Kevin Owens, of course, being Kevin Owens, he went and took advantage of that. So Kevin Owens successfully defended his title. I'm happy, of course. Well, I'm happy one way or the other, but, you know, I'm more happy to have him defend his title and have him and Chris Jericho still be friends. MCJ and Cool K, as I like to call them. So, Jericho is what they're calling them. It's weak. You're listening to Ring Rust Redux on Jabronology TV. And then after that, Rich Swann defended his WWE Cruiserweight Championship against Neville, who forced Swann to submit to a double underhook crossface to win the title, once again, in my opinion anyway, flying in the face of wrestling tradition and saying, you challenge for the title, first off, you're going to win it. So, I wash my hands of it. You're listening to Ring Rust Redux on Jabronology TV. So the final two matches from the Royal Rumble on the WWE Network from the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas, saw John Cena make a whole bunch of butthurt toss-by internet wrestling fans angry, cry like microscopic fornicating female dogs with skinned knees, because John Cena won. Rage! Let me guess, how many times did you say, kicks out at 2, LOL? Because, like, apparently, literally nobody else kicks out at 2. In the history of wrestling, nobody else but John Cena kicks out at 2. I wonder how many times AJ Styles kicked out at 2 in that match. So Styles attempted a phenomenal forearm, but Cena countered the move with a attitude adjustment to win the title for his record 13th WWE Championship. With this win, Cena tied Ric Flair's record of 16 recognized World Championships. How much you want to bet he's going to win one more title and then retire? Just to make you cry. Because you're never going to stop watching WWE. That's a bold, I don't think that's even a bold prediction. You're never going to stop watching it. Like me on Facebook, tinyurl.com/ringrust. Follow me on Twitter @MarkJabroni, and subscribe to Jabronology TV, youtube.com/fanboymarkjabroni. And the main event, of course, saw Randy Orton win the 30-man Royal Rumble match and a World Championship match at WrestleMania 33. Which one specifically? I don't know if they're doing that now, since they got the brand split again. The person who wins can challenge for whatever world title, like the Raw or SmackDown Championship. I don't know. Like Chris Benoit did for WrestleMania 20. But anyway, challenge for it ended up being a 3-way. or according to the WWE historical records, shortly after, quote-unquote, it happened, Triple H lost the World Heavyweight title in a triple threat match which also featured Shawn Michaels. How far out of your way do you need to go to not mention somebody? The person who won that match you can't talk about.
That's it for another show, kiddies. Check me out on Facebook, where you can keep track of all the news that's right on the mark, from around ringside to the latest concerts. See you at the shows. Later days.